What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in for another video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You know, we're still doing 3 videos a week right now and don't want you to miss out on any of those future videos. So make sure you're subscribed. If you're looking for even more content, consider checking out our members only channel. There's some exclusive videos on there and some live streams. So if you're looking to get more connected with us, check out the members only page, and definitely appreciate you becoming a MBF bass head if you are interested. So today I was sitting out here rigging some tackle. You know, it's smallmouth season. We're heading up north. We're getting out of Tennessee, and we're going to fish for some smallmouth. You know, whether it's on Lake St. Clair, Saginaw Bay, any of the Great Lakes, St. Lawrence River. This is smallmouth season. And as always, finesse techniques really dominate anytime you're fishing for smallmouth. And I just came up with one of what I feel like is a very sneaky, and it may be the ultimate finesse setup that we're gonna dive in and show you guys what I just come up with here in the garage. And it involves this little guy right here and a very unique rigging option. So we're gonna dive in, give you all the juice, and hopefully you guys can apply this to your fishery, wherever you may be, and catch some bass on it. Largemouth, smallmouth, spotted bass. I think everything's gonna eat this rig. So you guys definitely have to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Okay, so a couple years ago now, I think it's been a couple years, the Yamatanuki was released from Yamamoto, and it's been a staple in my lineup anytime we go to smallmouth, especially the smaller version. This is the 2.5-inch version of the Yamatanuki. There's a 3.5 version as well, but this 2.5-inch Yamatanuki has been awesome on a drop shot, a little Ned rig, things like that. But it's very small in terms of rigging it other ways. You know, you almost have to put him on a drop shot or a Ned rig. There's not really a small hook that handles him well. And now fast forward to this year, the fuzzy Yamatanuki was released. And I've actually been playing with this. So this one right here, this is actually a bait that I created fuzzy last year. You know, I was looking to make my Yamatanuki look a little different. I was putting him on a Ned rig, and I actually ran some of these skirt materials through here myself. And now fast forward to this year, here it is. The fuzzy Yamatanuki from Yamamoto is released. But I was looking for a better way to rig this. You know, I was sitting here in the garage. I was just looking at all the hooks that I have, all the jig heads, and I was wondering, what could I possibly do to this bait to just make it look a little bit different, a little bit better, and maybe just another option to fish for these fish. You know, really, I was thinking for shallow smallmouth. You know, I'm looking at baits that I can throw and almost sight fish at smallmouth that are roaming on shallow flats, so fairly shallow water. I really love the profile of the Yamatanuki, and I really like the fuzzy Yamatanuki to give it that extra attraction, just something a little bit different to attract those fish and catch those fish. So I was looking for other ways to rig that bait for that shallow water, and I came upon this guy right here. Now this has been done a little bit in the past, what I've seen. I know a couple friends of mine have told me this about this and this rigging technique on the Yamatanuki. But this is something that I haven't really messed with a whole lot, and that's taken the core tackle hover rig. So this is a light one. This is the 3/64 ounce size with a 1/0 hook. So it's a very small hook. Obviously this is gonna be a spinning rod technique. It's a finesse approach. So you don't wanna throw this on a bait caster. That hook is very small. So you wanna throw it on a light spinning rod with fairly light line. So this is the weedless hover rig from Core Tackle. And we're gonna rig him up into our Yamatanuki. So let's rig up this one. He doesn't have as much fuzz on him, so you guys will be able to see the rigging process a little bit better. And the same thing would apply to all of these. But basically, you know, rigging up your hover rigs are a little bit different than, say, a standard jig head, because your line tie is actually gonna be coming out the side. It's not gonna be, you're not gonna go through the nose of the bait like you would with a standard EWG style hook, or if you're rigging him on a Ned rig, you don't want to start through the top. You actually want to start through the side, and that's where your line tie is going to end up when this rig is finished. So on these Yamatanukis, there's 2 little hook slots on each, 2 sides. So I like to start right in one of those, and basically right where that levels out and becomes, ribbed again towards the head of the bait. So that's where we're gonna start our hook point. We're gonna put them right through there like that, okay? Now you wanna rig it this way so you're able to, actually I'm gonna bend this up perpendicular, I guess, is that in line with the line tie there, the eye of the hook. You want him to be going that same direction while you start this. So we're gonna go straight into the bait there, go into the middle of the bait, and now we're gonna send that hook all the way down and come out like you would. Okay, now we're going to bury that lead part of the hover rig. So we're gonna slide him all the way down, and then we're actually gonna go a little bit further so we can tuck this point, the head, back into there. Just like that, okay? Now, all of that lead is inside the plastic, so I'm gonna bend my weed guard back down. So now I can fish him in heavy rocks, and he's not gonna get hung up thanks to that wire weed guard on the hover rig. But now you can see all of that lead is gone inside the boat, inside the bait. So he looks very natural. There's not a big jig head at the front. And now it creates a really unique action because all of that lead is inside the bait, so he glides. One of my strands is pulling through here, so we're just gonna pull him out. So this bait actually glides a lot better with the hover rig because all of that lead is spread out inside the bait and not just towards the nose, not on a jig head in the front. So spreading out that weight throughout the bait allows this bait to glide and have a really unique action. When you twitch your rod tip, he darts up and dances and then kind of glides back down. And that's really something that I've found works extremely well on those highly pressured smallmouth. Now, when you add the fuzz to it with the silicone skirt material, it almost even slows it down even more. So it's already a very light bait. It's gliding on the way down, but now you've added this resistance of this silicone skirt material, so it almost slides it or slows it down even more as it's sliding around. So the fuzzy Yamatanuki on the hover rig is an awesome finesse choice, and I really think this may be the ultimate finesse rig for those highly pressured smallmouth. I know I'm going to be catching a lot of fish on it here soon, so hopefully you guys can do the same. So I'm curious your guys' thoughts. Like I said earlier, make sure to drop it in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of this rig. Have you tried it? Have you used it? Are you going to try it? Love to know all those things. So appreciate you guys tuning in as always. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys next time.